So if you're ever wondering or afraid or think you don't know what your fate is going to be, it's your choice. And you're already making that choice now, consistently, through what you're experiencing. You have to ask yourself, do you want to be in hell? Do you want to go to hell? Truly and genuinely. Do you think you deserve that? Do you want it? And why? Why do you think if you do deserve it, if you do believe that you deserve it or you do want it, ask yourself why. Because you don't have to be condemned. You don't have to go to hell. You don't have to experience hell. You don't have to experience any more pain or suffering. I should say you shouldn't have to feel or experience any additional pain or suffering, because the process of recognizing the wounds that are already within you, yeah, it's going to be painful, but that pain, like I said, it's not new pain. It's already been there. It's just you coming back to yourself and unifying with with where you're at now, and allowing yourself to recognize what has already happened. So basically what I'm trying to say is, you decide consistently if you're in that hell or not. Nobody else gets to decide that for you. You may have separated from yourself, detached from yourself, broken apart, because that pureness can't be touched. It can't. It's untouchable. It's pure. But it didn't condemn you. I mean, this is all you. I'm still talking about one single being, entity, consciousness, experience. It's just a different part. Just like how we're all basically one, but we're also different at the same time. Kind of paradoxical. But that pureness did not condemn. For instance, that pureness, the true me, it never condemned me. Even though I had experiences where I didn't feel like I was being myself, or I felt like I was misled, or I was ignorant, or I believed in things that weren't true. Even then, I didn't condemn myself, because I've returned back to myself. I've unified with myself. And I chose to return to truth, because that's what it is. It's truth. I am my own truth. And because I didn't condemn myself, and I'm choosing not to condemn myself, I can't condemn other people, because I see them as being similar to me. Why would I condemn them? Why would I send them off to a fate of despair and suffering and torture and torment and confusion and ignorance and lack and limitation? Why would I do that? I've already experienced that for myself, and I didn't condemn myself. I didn't betray myself. Ultimately, I did not betray myself. I may have made mistakes. I may have experienced horrific things, but I ended up returning to myself. I ended up healing. I ended up giving myself clarity and understanding. I've liberated myself. So I don't condemn anyone. I don't believe people who are labeled bad or too far gone. I don't label them as it's over for them, or they're gonna go to hell. I'm not gonna say that they deserve to be punished, because I don't believe in that. I don't think that's the answer. I think that just creates more pain and suffering and confusion and more detachment, and I feel like that's so stupid and counterproductive on so many levels. I'm trying to really put this into words. This is the first time I'm doing this. But I'm challenging a lot of beliefs that I think have been swirling around in kind of almost the collective unconscious due to certain programmings and cultural like norms, especially in the modern world, Western world perhaps, or just throughout the world because of the influence of people who are in pain, who try to inflict pain onto others. Because that's all it is. It's somebody who feels in lack and is suffering, and they kind of don't know what to do with it. So then instead of processing it or healing it on their own, they take it out on other people. They need to feel a certain kind of relation to others where they feel like they are above or superior or more powerful or better than others. And this all comes back to that person is probably in so much pain themselves. They are hurting. But that does not excuse their behavior, of course, and I'm not saying that we need to excuse this behavior, but I'm also saying that I'm not going to condemn them either. Because they're already judging themselves deep down. They're already condemning themselves or choosing their own fate, their own experience themselves. Why would I contribute to that? Why would I try to project onto them? Why would I try to emit some kind of suffering or added or additional pain to them? Because I feel like any kind of hatred or act of like violence or, counterattack, it's just displaced pain. It's displaced pain. Trying to argue with somebody who is very controlling and manipulative. They'll try to really just like attack you out of nowhere, say horrible things about you, low blows that have like nothing to do with like the situation, just to try to make you feel like ashamed of yourself, right? That's because they can't actually have like a discussion or an argument because they're just in so much pain. They have to like revert to like being just harmful. They almost overflow with pain because they see the reflection of themselves from you. If you're in a more healed place where you're standing in truth and clarity, and it gets reflected back on them, and they see that there's a difference, and it reminds them of their own pain, their own unprocessed traumas and unchallenged rules and beliefs that rule them and limit them and control them. And because of stupid ignorance, I'm talking about ignorance itself, it's just frustrating that exists. It prevents people from really seeing the possibility of actual healing and liberation. I don't think this even is registers in most people's minds as something that could be possible. I don't even think it's in their field of awareness really, or it's very, very distant. But I would love to help people, but at the same time, I know it's not my job. Everybody is their own personal healer, and ultimately, yes, you have to be your own healer. No one could come in and save you. No one could really, take you through all of it. But I do believe people can help because I've been helped. Maybe inadvertently by people, but still, people putting themselves out there, speaking, sharing their stories, having the nerve to do so, because I own it. I've got nerve. I don't get with the program. Fuck the program. That's something I've always been told is you don't get with the program. Like, they always said that to me. And they would say, like, oh, you must have some nerve. You got some nerve. And I'm just like, yeah, damn right I do. Hell yeah, I got nerve. Like Hannah Montana, that song. That's a really good song. It reminded me of that. And yeah, like, I don't get what the program, fuck the program. What this program is about, keeping you in suffering, keeping you in ignorance, keeping you in pain, keeping you in hell, basically. Keeping you confused and ignorant to the possibility of the fact that you can actually, like, free yourself and heal yourself and remove all this unnecessary weight. Because all this is unnecessary. All this, like, suffering, all this confusion, it's not only is it wrong, it's completely unnecessary. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. So, and I think the root of all of this, everything that I'm talking about, is love. That's what I believe. That's what I'm, like, learning to, you know, how I see it, at least, that this is all love. It's the power of love. It's unwavering. It's true. It perseveres. It's resolute. You know, love's got nerve. It's bold. It doesn't back down. It doesn't matter if someone says you can't do that or nobody else does it. If it's true and it's real and it's free and it exists, it's possibility. It's love. There's no manipulating it. There's no lack. There's no limitation. There's no confusion. It's solid. It's good. It's pure. It's benevolent. It's free. It's freedom. It's all-knowing. This fighting and, you know, just like this, like, violence and just this perverse, horrible shit that's been going on for so long now. It's completely unnecessary. It's completely avoidable. It's avoidable because it's all unnecessary. It's all wrong. Something happened at some point where it snowballed into this idea that we need to, like, conform and, like, be like each other or be like what was before. We don't have to. We don't have to think alike. We don't have to do the same things. We don't have to like the same things. We don't have to live the same way. We don't have to identify the same way. But we can all be different and be aware of each other and exist without trying to project pain onto each other or pass it down or ensure the repetition of the cycle, of the frequency of this pain, of this ignorance, of this suffering. Because this is what this world has been. It's been ignorance. Like, this is stupid. It's been lazy. Lazy. So much misdirection. It's all wrong. It's all unnecessary, and it's all completely avoidable.